Have distortion and saturation on your heavy vocal mixes lost their pizzazz?
What's up, everybody? If we haven't met yet, my name is Will Paxton. I've been a musician since 2005, and I've been recording and releasing my own music since 2015. In today's video, I want to give you something you can reach for in your producer toolbox that could spice up your vocal mixes a little bit more. So without further ado, let's dive on in. Alright, we're here in the DAW. We're in a session for my song Psalm 23. Starts off really heavy. I'm going to showcase some heavy vocals. These are the raw vocals. I'll throw some EQ and compression to clean them up, and then we'll dive into one of the tricks that you can throw in your producer toolbox that will help elevate a vocal like this. So without further ado, let's throw it on.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil. Yeah, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil.
Okay, so that's the vocal. Now the trick. I don't know if I'm original to this, I'm sure I'm not, but I was messing around with this thing right here, a vocoder. And just by itself, as it is, you have different settings on here. You have carrier saw, carrier square, carrier noise. Well, if you do one of these two, the saw or the square, it doesn't feel very useful for this. So let's listen for just a second. I will fear no evil. I mean, we're not in the movie Tron, are we? I will fear no evil. Definitely not. But then I clicked on this one. Now listen to this. Just without changing any settings.
Through the valley.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Let's just A-B it real quick.
Of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
I mean, it adds a texture that's not there. It adds some body to the voice. And what you can do with that, just the main setting that's there, just mix it in. Blend it a little bit with the mix knob.
Through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil.
So it's kind of like distortion, but it's not. It's so cool. And you can mess around with different settings, so change the frequency of the carrier. I do not claim to have any understanding of what all this does. I did mess around with it a little bit. It feels like a compressor almost with the way it handles it, so it kind of ducks some things and makes things come out more. Let's just mess with it for a second.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Okay, so this unvoiced replacement is really where it kind of messes with it, where it acts kind of like a compressor. So if you change the attack and release and you have this volume up, this is kind of like a makeup gain volume for the effect itself. But if you turn the volume down here on the unvoiced replacement, it just uses the full effect. So then, once you get a sound you like, blend the original vocal in.
Through the valley of the shadow.
You're golden. And there's so much more you can do. Like you can change the volume of certain frequencies.
Of death, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil.
So if you want to blend it in a little bit more or make it stand out a little bit more in the mix, that's something you could very easily do. So now that you've seen that, let's go on to the next one. All right, so now we're in my song Day to Day. Another trick you can do. Let's listen to this vocal. It's just a spoken vocal, and I'll show you what I did.
When this life gets real, it's not enough to just put on a facade.
Okay, so what I did on this one is I used a bit crusher. This is a pretty neat little tool, and I did some automation. I automated it in, and I changed the downsampling of it, so it makes this kind of cool. I don't know how to describe it, but just give it a listen real quick.
When this life gets real, it's not enough to just put on a facade. This could be your last warning. Life is too short. Reach out. You're not alone.
And that's in a section of building, and so you can hear the tone of the bit crusher kind of rising and rising. It's kind of like a riser, which is kind of neat. Just a way that you can use this tool to your advantage. It's got a lot of different options. I just played around with it until I got what I liked. Another instance where I use this, I will show you. So here I've got a down chorus section, and I put it on the track. So we've got a bit crusher, a phaser, and some EQ to clean it all up. This is what the section sounds like without the bit crusher.
Don't just live from day to day, struggling just to find a way.
Okay, so we throw the bit crusher on.
Don't just live from day to day, struggling just to find a way.
It's just a different kind of distortion, and you can mess around with it. Let's put a loop.
Don't just live from day to day, struggling just to find a way. Don't just live from day to day, struggling just to find a way. Don't just live from day to day, struggling just to find a way.
So you can blend it in, you can change the gain structure. This is just a really cool tool. So if you're stuck and your distortion or your saturation plugins just aren't cutting it, give one of these two a shot. Try a vocoder, try a bit crusher. It's very creative, it's very useful. Just throw it on the vocal. You can do it on anything. You can throw it on a guitar, you can throw it on a bass. I mean, that's the fun thing about mixing. You can use whatever tools you have at your disposal and just make something sound cool, make it sound unique. Anyways, if you like this sort of content, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you got any questions, if you got any comments, please leave them down in the comments below. And as always, hope you're having a good one. We'll see you in the next one.